So I am actually here interviewing Olivieri in his studio in Rome. I'm going to be on the other side of the camera.
I wouldn't believe a word she says, but you know, she's gone now to a very good Roman restaurant.
So, first of all, thank you for having me in your studio and telling us a little bit about your life and experiences as a photographer. I've got a series of questions that I'm going to ask you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started in the field of photography and when you kind of knew that this was going to be the thing that was going to occupy your life?
By chance, like, you know, in everyone's life, things happen totally by chance. I never knew I would become a photographer. Probably a chef or an architect, but an architect there was too much to study. Therefore, and really I didn't want to sit at university for too long, and I wanted to really travel to satisfy my curiosity. My brother gave me a camera when I was like 16, 17. He was a lot older than I am, and like, you know, like many stories, he was into something else. He was into Super 8 at the time,
yeah.
and so he had all this great photo equipment, which he gave it to me and said, "Well, do anything you want with it." So that was my first Olympus,
wow.
Which I still have,
really?
and I still use.
Wow.
Which is just 1 second. Is actually this one.
Wow.
That's it. And really, then by chance, I went to England not to become a photographer, but to learn English, experience, come away from a small town in Sardinia where you have no confrontation, where you think you are the best in the world, simply because you live, like the English say, in a small pond. And therefore you think you know everything because you do know everything, because where you are, considering how restricted is your views and your experiences, you think you do know everything. You only realize that you don't know anything when you come away from it.
Okay.
So that, and in England I did realize that I was like, back to square one. I had to learn English, and then I would say I was lucky meeting the right people.
Yeah.
I've met two great photographers that to which I became assistant with. I was in my very early 20s, and that was really the beginning of me trying to become a photographer.
Yeah.
But obviously it's all about my life as a photographer. It was all about the old style of photography, because being 54 I am it's hard to say, but I look 22, I know. but it's obviously film and analogic photography, so real photography.
Yeah.
And which is totally different from what photography has progressed now.
Yeah. So you've been at this forever, for many, many years. Can you maybe share with us a project or two that were really meaningful to you, special projects that you might have worked on, and what made those projects really meaningful for you?
It's obviously, there are two main differences: commission work and personal projects. Commission work, and the very difference is the commission work, you do it mainly in your own style, yes, but to satisfy the client.
Yeah.
Instead, your own work, you do it as you like, in your own time, when you like. You can choose all the media you like and the language you like best to express it. So obviously, being Sardinian, I would say my 3 personal projects are obviously closer to me, the closest to me, which is, the carnival in Sardinia, the pagan carnival in Sardinia, which I published many times in English and American magazines, like to name a few, the Independent and Continental Traveler, and then the Nuraghi, which is it's certifying. I like to believe it's certifying for the first time that Sardinia is the most important, or one of the most important megalithic cultures in the Mediterranean. And so, it was I found a great satisfaction into doing these 2 projects, because it brought me back. I had an excuse to go back to Sardinia and go back to the roots, because I don't really like the term, the roots, to the origin of me. And because as it happens to everyone, I left Sardinia because I didn't like it, because I was too young to understand it, and I wanted a confrontation, I wanted to learn. And then when I went back, I kind of wished I've never left, and why I've left. And now that I'm a little older, I would love to go back, because I try to go back as often as possible. So those are the 2 projects which really mean a lot to me. Which one has become a book, the Nuraghi book, with a very important exhibition in London in 2012 at the Istituto Italiano di Cultura in Belgrave Square, and the other one, the Carasegare, which is the name of the pagan Sardinian carnival, will become a book. I'm working on it.
Nice.
And then obviously the 3rd project, which is very important to me, it was my baptism in photography, which is Italians in London.
Okay.
That is really that really baptized me, because when you start doing anything like, I would say a creative job, you don't know if you can do it. You need a confirmation, and you need several confirmations. Other people saying that yes, you are with us, yes, you can do it. And considering that the Sunday Times took me on, published that project, and then that project became a permanent exhibition at the People in a museum in the Barbican. That for me was was a confirmation. I was only like 28, 29. That was okay.
I'm on the right path.
This is great. I can be a photographer. I can do it. I can satisfy my own curiosity looking at the world through a camera. That's a very good excuse to travel.
So it seems like you get ideas from a lot of experiences that you've had from your background, some of your cultural heritage. Where do some of your other ideas come from? Where do you get your inspiration?
Difficult to say, because each assignment, when I get assigned something, obviously, if it is a personal project, the inspiration is the idea in itself. And I believe that creativity is not about having ideas, but is pursuing them at your best capability. That's creativity. And in the case of assigned work, the inspiration is somebody told me that a good picture editor or picture director that works in magazines or in agencies or something, if they are very good, they assign the right jobs to the right photographers. Therefore, half of the work is already done. Consider that most of my assignments come from people that know me well. So they know what I can do, what I'm good at, because obviously there are certain pictures I cannot take.
Yeah.
I won't say to you which ones, but there are plenty of pictures I cannot take because I'm not inclined to, or I don't have that, I don't know, I wouldn't say the knowledge, I don't have that style to take them. Therefore, it's really, the inspiration, it's people who gave me the right job and therefore the right assignments, and therefore I grew into it easily because it was exactly what I like to do.
Yeah.
Like traveler, when I do travel stories that I have to portray, the local life in places, or I have to combine faces and landscape, or I have to really put together a story and thinking in images.
Yeah.
So that's for me, I find it easy because it's my language.
Yeah.